You're not stuck in life, you're trapped inside your own thinking. Let me ask you something. How many times have you lost a battle that never even happened? No one attacked you, no one insulted you, no one stopped you, but your mind did. Your own thoughts beat you before life even had a chance to test you. And that's what negative thinking is. It's self sabotage disguised as protection. And today we're going to kill it, not manage it, not cope with it, not deal with it. We're going to destroy it. Negative thinking is silent. It doesn't scream, it whispers. You're not ready. You're not good enough. Someone else is better. What if you fail? What if they laugh? What if I look stupid? And the scary part is, it sounds like you. That voice feels like you, but it's not you. It's conditioning, it's fear, it's past embarrassment, it's old pain, it's memories replaying as predictions. Your brain is trying to protect you from discomfort, but it's also stopping you to grow. Let me tell you something powerful. Your mind does not care about your dreams, it cares about survival. Your mind wants you safe, comfortable, unnoticed, invisible, because invisible doesn't get judged. Invisible doesn't get rejected. Invisible doesn't get hurt. But invisible also doesn't win. Invisible does not build. And invisible does not inspire. And invisible does not become legendary. Negative thinking is just fear wearing a smart suit. It sounds logical, such as be realistic, don't get your hopes up, be careful, play it safe. But let me ask you this. Since when did playing safe build empires? Since when did doubting yourself create greatness? And since when did overthinking build confidence? It didn't. Every successful person you admire had to override the negative thinking. Every single one. You think confident people don't have negative thoughts? They do. The difference is simple. They don't obey them. Think that in your mind. They don't obey them. Your thoughts are suggestions, not commands, but you treat them like law. If your brain says you're not good enough, you respond with, okay. But why? Why do you believe every thought? If someone random on the street walked up to you and said, you're a failure, you'd question them, right? But when your own mind says it, you accept it. And that is the problem. Here's the truth. You're not your thoughts. You're the observer of your thoughts. That's power, because if you can observe it, you can challenge it. And if you can challenge it, you can replace it. And if you can replace it, you can reprogram yourself. Let's break negative thinking down. Negative thinking is usually one of these: assuming the worst, replaying the past, comparing yourself, imagining judgment, predicting failure. Did you notice something? None of these are real. They're all imagined. You're suffering from scenarios that haven't even happened. You're stressed about conversations that haven't even occurred. You're embarrassed about moments that don't exist. You're emotionally reacting to fiction. Think about this. How many times have you worried about something and it never happened, or it happened and it wasn't even that bad, but the damage was already done? Because your body doesn't know the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. Your heart rate goes up, your stress rises, your energy drops, all from a thought. A thought, something invisible. That's how powerful your mind is. So imagine, if it can destroy your confidence, it can also build it. Here is how you kill your negative thinking. First, awareness. You have to catch it. Most people don't even realize they're thinking negative. It's automatic. It runs in the background like a software. Start noticing your self-talk. When you mess up, what do you say? When you fail, what do you say? When you look in the mirror, what do you say? Would you speak to your friend like this? No, you wouldn't. So why speak to yourself like that? Second, challenge it. When your mind says you're not good enough, ask, based on what? Where is the evidence? One failure, one rejection, one mistake. That's not proof. That's experience, and experience is neutral. You're the one that assigns meaning to it. Failure doesn't mean you're incapable, it means you attempted something, and that already puts you ahead of most people. Third, replace it. You can't just remove negative thinking, you have to replace it. So instead of, I can't do this, say, I'm learning how to do this. Instead of saying, I'm not confident, say, I'm building confidence. Instead of saying, I always mess up, say, I'm improving every time. Language shapes identity, and identity shapes action. Let me say something deep right now. The person you want to become does not think the way you currently think. Let that sit. The future confident you the future wealth for you, the future discipline you, that version of you has a different internal dialogue. So if you want different results, you need different thoughts. You don't become successful and then confident. You think confident first, then you act confident, then you become confident. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't control what grows, weed takes over. Negative thoughts are like weeds. If you leave them, they multiply, but you can plant something else. Belief, discipline, self-respect, vision, but planting requires intention. You don't wake up positive, you choose every day. Here's a hard truth. Sometimes negative thinking feels comfortable because it keeps expectations low. If you expect nothing, you can't be disappointed. If you try nothing, you can't fail. If you stay small, you can't be attacked, but you also can't win. And deep down, you don't want average, you don't want small, you don't want safe, you want growth, you want impact, you want more, but more requires mental strength. Mental strength isn't pretending everything's perfect, it's choosing your response. You will have bad days, you will have doubt, you will feel insecure sometimes. That's human, but staying there, that's a choice. You don't control every thought that enters your mind, but you control which one you entertain. You can't stop birds flying over your head, but you can stop them building a nest. Let me speak directly to you. If you've been overthinking, if you've been doubting yourself, if you've been replaying mistakes, stop right now. Pause, take a breath, and realize something powerful. You're still here, you're still standing, you're still trying, and that alone means you haven't lost. Negative thinking shrinks your world. It makes opportunities look like threats. It makes growth look like danger. It makes ambition look unrealistic. But what if the only thing standing between you and the next level is the story you keep telling yourself? The story that says, I'm not ready, I'm behind, I missed my chance, it's too late. Too late according to who? You're 36, 40, 25, 50. There are people starting over at every age. There are people rebuilding at every stage. There are people who failed 10 times before they won. The only real failure is quitting because of your thoughts. Here's your new rule. Don't believe a thought that weakens you. If it weakens you, question it. If it limits you, challenge it. If it scares you, confront it. Your mind is powerful, but it needs leadership. And that leadership is you. Not your fear, not your past, not your insecurity. You. Start doing this daily when negative thoughts appear. Say, that's not useful. Not emotional, not dramatic, just calm. That's not useful. Then replace it with, I'm improving, I'm capable, I'm building, I'm evolving. Because repetition creates belief, and belief creates action, and action creates proof, and proof kills doubt. And understand this, confidence isn't built by thinking positive all day. It's built by acting despite negative thoughts. The thoughts may still whisper, but you move anyway, and that's power, that's growth, that's transformation. Imagine your life if you didn't overthink every move. Imagine your life if you stopped assuming failure. Imagine your life if you backed yourself fully. How many risks would you take? How many doors would you knock on? How much more would you attempt? That version of you is not fictional, it's buried under doubt. Remove the doubt and you uncover power. Today is the day you decide. Negative thinking has stolen enough time, enough confidence, enough opportunities, enough peace. It doesn't get another year. It doesn't get another month. It doesn't get tomorrow. You don't kill negative thinking by wishing it away. You kill it by discipline, by awareness, by choosing stronger thoughts, by acting anyway. And here's the final truth. You will always reflect your dominant thoughts. If you constantly think small, you live small. If you constantly think fear, you live fear. If you constantly think growth, you live growth. So choose carefully, because your thoughts are building your future right now. Say this with me. I refuse to be controlled by thoughts that don't serve me. I refuse to shrink because of fear. I refuse to sabotage my own potential from today. I lead my mind does not lead me. That's how you kill your negative thinking, not with motivation, but with decision. Now go build the version of you that your negative thoughts are scared of.